nothing great has ever been achieved without enthusiasm. And I try to instill that in my team. I want my team to be enthusiastic. I want them to approach their academics, their athletics, and also their community service, the whole package, with enthusiasm and embrace it, because every aspect of that is very important.
The passion that is here at LSU for LSU and for LSU sports in general is second to none. And I've been in some places where it's pretty passionate, and this is without a doubt probably the most passionate place I've been with regard to how they feel about the Fighting Tigers.
We're never complacent with where we were. We're always looking to go somewhere we haven't been. It's almost like a Star Trek experience. It's awesome, and that a kid that comes in here, I think will grow from year to year to year and never be the same.
Nice. I love the fact that LSU and Dee are so passionate about giving back. As student athletes, you've got a lot of people idolizing you and watching you, and you don't even know it. And I think it's the one opportunity you have to truly give back and show how much you care, and show that you're not just here to compete and be successful and walk away.
This is a great place. The people here are friendly, and they're giving, and it's a loving community. And I grew up that way.
I think it shows a lot of character, and I think gymnastics has really stressed that to each of the gymnasts, and we've gotten multiple awards for it. And so I think it's great that Dee puts it on such a high pedestal.
Our academic center is a safety net. It's not a silver bullet, and it's not a magic pill.
You know, Dee and I are day to day with academics. There's not a day that doesn't go by that we don't talk about it.
If you need tutorial help, it's there. And then take that help and go home, or go to the library, or go to a coffee shop and sit quietly and study, because that's the most important part of the formula.
Some of the girls come in as freshmen and they don't know what to expect, and we have to help them.
They find that they're trying to jam a whole lot into their day, and that's one of the biggest challenges. And I think that's why we have such an extensive support staff here at LSU, because with that being one of the greatest challenges, you've got to have mentors in place on the academic side to make sure that they understand when to study and how to study.
Coming to LSU, you're going to be nurtured. Your child's going to be taken care of. You're going to get the care, the nurturing, the attention, the day-to-day that it takes to be successful. And then we're going to instill in you that it's your responsibility to get the job done.
Bob and Dee really forced me to prioritize all the responsibilities that I had. When you come in to college as a student athlete, you've got a lot on your plate, and I think from when you were in high school, you had your parents doing a lot for you, and so now you have this independence and this freedom. And so they do a good job at structuring your schedule and forcing you to be successful by doing so. And that carried over into law school now, because you really can't procrastinate in law school, and everything's riding on one grade.
And I think what we do with our academic advisors and our tutors is excellent. I mean, we don't leave any stone unturned for their success.
What we're trying to do is put them in an environment where they can succeed, and really from an academic standpoint, with all the tutors and mentoring and everything that's available for them at the Cox Center, you really almost have to try and fail in order to not succeed, because there's so much support there that if you access those resources, you're really going to be in good shape.
And Bob and I were friends before Bob came to LSU, and having a friend on your staff is I think, an integral part of the relationship building, and it's also a very important part of the carryover that you have with your team. We
go back a long way, and we laugh at each other's jokes. You know, we've even cried at each other's sorrows, and it's been a fun experience working for us. And that's what we got to have. That's awesome. And that's a real comment. That's good. Oh, yeah. And see how open that stayed? No pike down? Honey, get the 10. Just get the 10.
He is a remarkable vaulting coach, and you can just look at the record books and see where LSU has had great success in that event, and it's because of Bob.
If you don't know Bob, it doesn't take very long to get to know Bob, and he's got a wonderful sense of humor, a whole lot of energy that he brings to the gym, and a lot of enthusiasm, and that breeds energy in the gym, and I think it adds an awful lot to what we're doing. In addition to that, he's coached some of the best vaulters in the country over the years and has had a tremendous amount of success.
We've done a lot of this with staff and with heart and desire and the love of the sport. And I guess that's the other side, is everybody here loves it.
We were excited to be able to bring Jay on board.
Get it all the way turned over, then drive the chest, and drive the chest only. Push, push. Better. Now you're not thinking about your grip. Head in, toes up. Better. Now we're over rotating a little bit. To continue to finish the circle and keep the head in as you start to lead with the toes into the blind.
Our bars are really making remarkable progress and strides, and he's has been vigilant day to day about planning the training and knowing what our needs are and trying to fit the strengths of what we have in bars with the individuals and make everything come together.
When you come in and you're with them on an intimate basis every single day and you see what they do, you discover that there's a whole lot more to the person than you knew on a competitive level from afar. And I have discovered that she's one of the most warm and genuine human beings that I've ever met, and has been unbelievably gracious to me and to my family, welcoming us here to the LSU family, and I think under her leadership we're going to do some great things.
Ashley is a remarkable young lady, and you know, I still remember the day she stepped on this campus. She has been very, very special and been very close to my heart and my family. She's like a daughter.
I knew that LSU was a place that I wanted to be. I felt a sense of family, and I felt that everybody that I encountered really cared about me as a person and me growing and developing into the human being that I am today.
And then she comes in the gym every day and does this remarkable choreography. She's extremely original and talented, and can take an individual person like a Reagan Corville and create a floor routine for Reagan that is all Reagan, and then take a Lamencia Hall, who is a totally different type of athlete, and create a routine for her that has her personality in it. And it's not Ashley's personality, it's their stuff. And that's a really unique quality for a choreographer.
From there, keep it up. Yeah.
So when I go around, I think that's when I'm...
That's fine if you open it, but make sure you're paying attention to it being high. Yes. And when you do that, follow your hand a little bit. You don't have to do all the way, but just a little bit. Change your direction. Yeah. Dee Dee calls me the voice of reason, because I'm kind of that liaison between the two, because the girls feel like they can talk to me. It's easier to talk to me. And the coaches look at me as another coach now, and they see what I went through and how much I've grown. So they respect what I have to say. From a coaching standpoint, I loved floor, I loved competing floor, and so it's a passion that I have. When I do their choreography, it's a lot of fun. We work together really well, and I think that I bring the personality and the best out of each of them individually.
You know, ACK brings to the table a unique perspective, having been a student athlete at the highest level, having won the way she did, and having demanded a level of excellence from herself. Having someone like ACK on our staff really gives us an advantage that way, in that she's able to relate to them and to sort of be that sounding board for them when they need it, and be that buffer and that go-between between the full-time staff and the student athletes themselves.
Our battle cry when we are getting our kids ready to go, it's the pride and the tradition of the LSU Tigers will not be entrusted to the weak or timid. And I think that when you watch our football team play, you feel that, you sense that it's tough and it's strong and it's committed to excellence. And our program is tough and we're strong and we're committed to that excellence. And that's a pride and a tradition that you have to own and you have to let live in your heart.